I tell you what, every time that comes up, I'm like, how do I make a show as good as that gosh dang intro, man? It makes me look better than I am. God bless everybody out there. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. I see you, you see me. Together, we're here. Let's put the lemon into the water. Let's decalcify that pineal gland. Let's keep it moving. The first thing is first, boom. Beautiful water is going to hydrate you, keep you moving, keep you feeling better than probably any other beverage. If you're a coffee drinker, I get it. Every once in a while, I have some coffee. It feels fun. A little tingly, caffeine, I get it. But I don't want to do anything over and over again to the fact that I have to have it. Every time I see someone who is a coffee drinker and doesn't get their coffee, excuse me here, they're always like bugging out, like, I need my coffee. I never want to be someone that has to have their coffee, you know what I mean? No matter what. Let me just make sure I'm boomed up here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's bring back that music. Let's have some fun. Let's break it down. All right. There we go. Oh, sorry about that. Pop that back on for you, even though I did a nice little fade up. All right. Shout out to all the lovers of life. Appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to break down Bitcoin today. If you were in my trading group yesterday, beautiful scalp on Bitcoin. Would have been absolutely wondrous. Made nice gains on a leverage. Possibly it would have been a leverage trade, you know. We can teach you how to leverage trade. We can teach you how to spot trade. We can teach you how to just look at the markets. And you can do whatever makes you happy. We can give you that education every single day. And if you saw that intro, right? We have an amazing price report every single Wednesday night. That's tonight. Something I want to talk about right off the bat. Ragsy. Follow her there on Twitter at RagzyArt. R-A-G-Z-Y Art. At R-A-G-Z-Y Art, Ragsy, and she's an amazing mind. You know, one of the greatest artists, either man or woman. She pushes for the space. She's got her Space Mermaids, and she's on XRP. And that was tough for her. Look at her with Brad Garlinghouse, you know what I mean? But she's making waves in the space. She's going to be on tonight, so I'm excited to interview her, to talk about how she got into crypto, talk about what happened. Ragsy tonight. So get excited about that. And as usual, I'd like to show you something that I may be looking at, you know, just to be nice. Maybe it goes nowhere. Maybe it goes somewhere. You never know. What do I know? I'm just a guy that looks at the charts every single day. Probably nothing. Probably means absolutely nothing. Sorry, I delayed the sip of the lemon water there. I love you all. I just want to make it clear. I love each and every one of you. I thank you for being here. I thank you for coming on in, and I thank you for being awesome crypto lifers every single day throughout this bear market. Throughout this time when people are just not paying attention to crypto, where crypto is quote-unquote boring, we continue to push through. We continue to make it happen. See if I can build this up a little bit and turn it. Just there you go. I guess that's a little better. I can look at the chats. And yeah, all right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Usually kind of move myself over a little bit there into the pocket, maybe shrink me down. Sorry, I know you like me nice and big. You can get me super big. All right. Doesn't sound right. Anyway, so wrong, man. Okay, let's move on. Shout out to the chat. When in doubt, go to the chat. Everyone, if you're ever running your own show and you don't know what to do, go to the chat. All right, the chat will save you. Crypto Bellico, us lifers are staying focused, my man. Hassan Haas, what's up, lifers? Shout out to everybody here in the live. Shout out to the old lifers. Shout out to the new lifers. Shout out to Crypto Muser in the house. Throw that wrench around, my man. Crypto Muser in the house. Shout out to Francisc, my man. Fieger. Shout out to Ismaili Idli, my man. Shout out to Grace Protocol, FUD Expert, Birdman Crypto, Mr. Woof, 69, Drain the Swamp, Zero Allegiance, Crypto Fever, Zero Allegiance, we love you. Birdman Crypto, I will send you your ballet wallet, I promise. I'm a little late on it, but I got you. Matt, Forrest Gump, Dr. Crypto, Board Type Crow, Max Tyler, Jay Waffleman, Timok Suarez, my man. Ian Diaz in the house. Ken Mack in the house. Brett Meyer, Crypto Muser again, saying, my man, we love you. We love you. Iris Aries, Matt Stevens in the house. Like me. Good day, Sam. Shout out to Aegis. Drain the Swamp, my man back. Jesse Namasil in the house. Love Learning in the house. Wow. Melvin Thomas, Green Candle Fanatic. We are, who isn't? Genesis Takia. And wow, Dennis M. Cuck, man. Chris Taps. Vivolds. Joshua Jalowick, my man. In the house, an oldie but goodie. Joshua, we love you. Caston Williams, banging on him. Crypto Bear Baker, always a good man. Marcos 10K. Crypto Rambler in the house. We love you, Rambler. Journey Jones in the house. John Connor in the house. Trippy in the house. Sees the day in the house. Ray Gutowski, my man. We love you. Kamado, AK Ketchup. Hope you're loving the new entry into the group. We love you, too. Oh, yeah. OMAC, my man. May God bless your legacy and your family forever. Many lands, many years, many centuries. Almost a year, my man. Shout out to Jau Perez, man. We love you, brother. Thank you for being here for the £2. Sending good vibes, Sam. We love you. Okay. I'm looking at SafePal. SafePal looking beautiful, tight inside the channel. See how that did that? The chat. The chat just blows you up. The chat just gets you going. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 372 beautiful souls in the chat. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. I'm telling you, if we each hit that like button, you get more people to the stream. Tells the algorithm that what people are watching they like. And then it can send more ads down there. You know how it works. So it likes me. And then it likes us. And then we get to keep moving. My man, let's hope for XRP, $27. That would be amazing. Are you kidding me? Let's get 370 likes in here. RFK Jr. and Bitcoin. I mean, he has got some great proposals. You know? Let's hope it could go the way it is supposed to go. You know? So this is SafePal. I'm not saying it's guaranteed to go up. All I did was just take a length of this to here and put my special sauce on it and kind of take a look. And took a gander, so to speak. 8-hour time frame on a lot of the altcoins looks very bullish. Tight moving averages. 200 SMA bounce. Tight off the channel. Getting tighter in a zone here. Up and down, you know? You know, one could say, okay, falling wedge is coming. It's just headed back to the bottom of the wedge. I'll take that too as well. Either way, I'm watching it with an alert. I'm not married to it. I'm not saying it has to. I'm just saying this is definitely something I would start sniffing out if I was a dog and I had to find a corpse. I guess this is morbid, but if I was a corpse sniffing dog, all right, let's say, or fine, if I was a gold sniffing dog and I had to find the gold, so much nicer, right? Than where I was going with that. But if I was a gold sniffing dog and I had to find the gold, and my system and like my set of parameters that I look for is my nose, I'd be sniffing out SafePal, right? And decentralization is getting bigger too, and more people are getting in to using SafePal. You can also like trade on SafePal. There's some cool stuff going on with SafePal. It's got some of the futuristic vibes. The idea that you can trade out the wallet. That's kind of what we all want. That's where it should end up, where no one is custodied at all, but we're all able to trade with fast liquidity in and out, just like a centralized exchange. But yet we all have custody over our coins. That's really where it's at, in my humble opinion. You tell me, I tell you, it is what it is. Shout out to the 411 lifers who keep coming to the stream. We love you. I almost hit the wrong button. We just avoided complete disaster. My goodness. I remember the day I shut my computer off during the live. I was like, and everyone, you could change the colors just with this button. And it was like, Sam, you turned the stream off. You know that, right? So I'm looking at SafePal. Something you might want to put on your radar, you know, and just think about this idea, you know. All right. So SafePal, and what would that gain? What would it do? Well, even if it went down below and came back up, you're talking 54. But if it holds this zone and gets a move too, you're talking 39%. For me, beautiful, beautiful swing trade that I'm looking and aiming at. All right. Technically, the colors did change. I knew you were going to, for some reason, I was thinking about you right now. I just had it, some reason, I knew you had to say something. Shout out to Zeno Jamie on the house. This man holds down the security of the Discord. This is the man to talk to if you have any issues with your subscription. He also holds down the back end, helps in the front end, helps me build the website. This guy's unbelievable. Shout out to Jamie, everyone. When you see Jamie, say, what up, Jamie? We love you. He's the best. Jamie, I love you. Thank you for everything. Hi again, Lifer. I'm restudying your Saturday class of September. You were so sick. I don't know if you remember. Patricio, I love you, brother. You never know, man. I push through every single time. It happens. It is what it is, right? What happened to Gina? Gina's around. She just got a day job. She told me she wouldn't be able to be on the stream as much, but she comes on Saturday night. You see her on the Saturday night stream. She rips it up. Jebatron every time. Sam is the man. This dude never misses. We love you, Jebatron. Rooster, we love you. Lieutenant Dan Dangle in the house. Man, it's amazing to be able to like start, board type crow in the house. Love learning in the house. Love learning, we love you. Love learning, my first student I ever had. All right? Stuck with me. Watched me grow. Watched the group be, she watched me grow she watched me build the trading group from like she was the first person in the trading group technically because she was my first student when I didn't even know the first thing about a trading group or how to build one. And here we are all together still here for, like, if that doesn't tell you, the first person that ever began my whole kind of journey is still with me to this day. To me, that speaks volumes to me. Because if I was just ripping through people, like, I just get enough people to, move on to the next one and just internet, personality, like, but no, like, the people that have started with me stay with me, and to me, that's, I don't know, like, I pass away, I want to talk about my pass away, but that to me, that's, there's loyalty, 100% loyalty is huge, right? So kudos to her. But I think it also means that, like, the value is so strong that she understands that there's that there's a mission here and there's a purpose, and she wants to be a part of that purpose and that mission, and it solidifies my honor to do what I do, right? And that's all I need every day to remember. And so it's such a cornerstone of what makes me grateful and positive, because I'm like, man, the first person ever still rocks. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody here on July 19th, 2023. The halving is coming in March or April, May at the very latest, but there's speculation that it will be a little later. You know what I mean? There is that speculation. So we shall see. Only time will tell. All right. But yeah, Ragsy, tonight at 7 p.m. on the price report. I would be excited. I'm excited. We're going to ask her what it was like to meet Brad Garlinghouse. We're going to ask her so many fun questions. If you have anything to ask her, let me know. Hit me up with the Discord at Jamie. Jamie will get the questions to me too as well. So let's ask her some fun, interesting questions. If you don't know her, research her, and then even get me some questions. No excuses. Let's get some questions for her tonight for the price report from the lifers. Let's let her know that we're excited about what she's doing. All right. Imagine if you came on a show and people were excited, I'm just saying. Let's go. I'll be positive. Pray and keep motivated. Shout out to Jay Bella in the house. Ragsy is great. Shout out to Robert Vermouth. Robbie, we love you. Robbie V. Never misses a beat. Robbie V always knows what's up in the crypto space, man. Amazing. And I finally got a tweet to go somewhat viral. Why are so many obsessed with HBAR? Asking to understand the community better. All love. 166 comments. 390 likes. 46,000 views. 55 retweets. This thing went crazy. And all I had to do was put HBAR in there. And HBAR wasn't trending. I didn't follow the trend. I created the trend. Yesterday was huge. Look, asking questions on Twitter. Look at this. Do you know what Caspa is? 9,000 views. You see? What 100x gem am I foolishly not looking at or have not found? Show me, please. Can Cardano really take over Ethereum even in 10 years? 5,000. So these alone, all together, you're talking, 50,000, 60,000 views. Pretty amazing. Asking questions on Twitter. And I want to get down to the answers here. I can't wait to dive into some of these. I really can't. I'm your guy, huge HBAR guy. I'm moderator, community manager for a few H projects. The vibe, the love, the unity is real. I bounce around working on many chains, but I've never experienced the love that I've received from HBARians. Saucer Swap's lab is amazing. I keep hearing about Saucer Swap. That's Birdman too. Headstarter.org is another good one. A lot of HCS tokens like Jam Sauce, Tovu is over here now. It's the love, Sammy. So we got some little tokens. He was telling me they made some big money on that too. Hands down, superior tech, scalable without sacrificing speed, path to decentralization. Founders accomplished and accessible. Audiences enterprise grade co. 100-year vision / company. BarryCram.HBAR. Well, he's a, he ain't lying. Second to none technology, fastest, highest ABFT security, leaderless hash graph consensus. Transaction finality was seconds. Wow. So, I mean, there's 27 answers here, and they're all pretty intelligent. I don't see a lot of memes and wasted time here. On Hedera, Sauce Inu, amazing community led the NFT RevShare project built on Hedera. Wow. The brightest minds in the space, Lemon Bard. See, I did a whole deep dive on Hedera like 5 years ago. 4.5, 5 years ago. Wow. There's a lot of... I could sit here and we could go over this for days. This is amazing. And this is why I love Twitter. You can get the answers you need immediately. You know what I mean? And that's the key. Like, that's what we want, right? So, anyway, love to everybody here. Let's jump on into Bitcoin and talk about it. That's what people want to see on this Wednesday. But it's a beautiful day here. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. And just summertime, man. You got to love the summer. So, okay. Let's get out of that summertime mood and back into Bitcoin for each and every one of you here. One thing I want to ask you, all right, in the chat right now. If you had 10K and you could only buy one coin, is it Bitcoin or Ethereum? Let me know in the chat here. Right, BTC or ETH. And I just want to see if I see more Bitcoins or more Ethereums. Love to no matter what you say. You know what I mean? I'm still indifferent to the question, but so if you had 10K and you had to buy either Bitcoin or ETH, you can't buy anything else. Is it Bitcoin or is it Ethereum? So I got a bunch of Bitcoins at the beginning. I got some Bitcoin, some ETH, some Bitcoin, ETH, more Bitcoins, a bunch of ETH there, a bunch of ETH again. Bitcoin, ETH. Wow, we're going to have to pull this out. We're going to have to pull it out. We're going to have to pull it out because you guys are just going crazy. And I need to see, and like it's almost impossible to see for sure. You have 10K. You can only buy one. All right? Just such a funny way to do it, right? You have 10K. You can only buy one. Is it Bitcoin or ETH? Question mark. Ask the community. Let me know. I want to know. All right, let's jump on into BTC. I'm going to duplicate this chart. Keep that for all coins and asks. Anything you want to know, any coin you want to deep dive, let me know. We're going to break it down for you every single day. And this channel has some awesome sponsors. Want to break it down. One of them right away is ITrust Capital. All right. Open up a Roth IRA today. You can even transfer the IRA you already have into this account. Amazing. You can buy and sell cryptocurrency tax-free with your Roth IRA account. Hit the QR code right there or the link in the description below to jump on into your crypto Roth IRA today. You'll be excited. Yes, you won't be able to access it till you're 59 and a half. I get it. It's a long-term wait and hold. But to me, I look at it just like another way to diversify long-term into my crypto holdings, you know. So there you go. Roth IRA, crypto IRA with ITrust Capital. All right. And if you do make the gains and you have to access it, you can always access it. You'll pay a 10% fine and whatever, tax bracket you're in at that moment in time. But if you make a substantial amount and it doesn't matter, then maybe it doesn't matter at all anyway. So just putting that out there, right? It's also backed 1-to-1 by the state. They have a really, way better way to keep your funds safe. So ITrust Capital, great way to diversify some funds into ITrust Capital. Link in the description, and hit the QR code today if you want to find out more about ITrust Capital. All right. Also, the beautiful people at BOOKMAP. Yesterday, I did a webinar at BOOKMAP. I suggest you go over to the BOOKMAP's YouTube channel, watch that webinar. It'll blow your mind. Has some cool insight, some cool information. And yeah, I rewatched pieces of it. Pretty interesting. Shout out to the 500 beautiful souls in the live, 235 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. This is not your average YouTube channel. Let's go, baby. Sorry. Get excited, though. I don't want to blow out that microphone, but let's go. Where's my Labradorite hearts at? Look at these things. These things shine, and they have essence in them, and the essence changes, and just a beautiful thing. I love Labradorite. Shout out to all my Labradorite heads out there. God bless you all. Let's jump on into the Bitcoin chart. Let's break it down. And let's make TA simple and smooth like we do every single day. All right. 8-hour oversold wants to push to the upside. Moving average is a little far apart. Could we fall back down to the 200 SMA? There's a chance. That's something you might, you just got to keep on the radar. But right now, I see this as a falling wedge. It broke out, hit the top of the range, fell back to the bottom of the range, ended up making this kind of falling wedge here with a breakout and a break back inside. Thank you so much for the super chat. And wow, look, whoa. The balls were just exploding. They're all over the floor now. I have to pick them up. Thank you so much for that super chat. May God bless you. I appreciate you. Who was that? Stanford Mind Co. I can see just by looking at this. Stanford Mind Co. LLC. We love you. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. We love you. Thank you for the memberships. Joshua Jelowick, we appreciate you. Shout out to Jimmy Price, TA and HBAR coach, please. Thank you. Now we got to look at HBAR. Why not? Why the heck not? Right? All right. And if I'm going to buy HBAR, if I'm going to buy any coin, I'm going to buy it on MEXC Global. MEXC Global is the place to be. Zero spot maker and taker fees. The other day I was buying coins on Binance US. Made the stupid buy of buying Bitcoin for $5,000. I ended up paying like $100 over spot, and I think like a $200 to $300 fee. Like literally insane. I spent $400 over the price. It was horrible. And had I just bought US Tether, right, shipped it on over, I could have used a way to do it too. But they trick you, But they don't trick you over here. You can only buy it through spot right there. You can spot trade it. And you grab it with zero fees. So I really like that idea. I'm into it. So MEXC Global is the place where I trade because it has zero spot maker and taker fees. Also a better futures trading setup. And, I call it user experience than I've ever seen, which makes futures trading a lot easier to understand and to begin. If you can't double $100 futures trading, you have no business using anymore. That's one thing I always say, and I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying you should be taking the financial advice. But if I can't double $100, I'm not trading anymore. You know what I mean? You got to learn how to double your money first, or at least a small amount, whatever. You got to learn how to double a certain amount of money first before you can put more money into the market. So, but zero spot maker taker fees, you got to love it. MEXC Global, we're going to show you how to maybe buy something on spot. We'll maybe dab into the futures a little bit. Talk about it later today, depending on how the market goes, if I want to open up a futures trade or not. But if you come to the stream every day, you'll see possibly me live trading as well on MEXC. So let's break down what I see for Bitcoin. Every single day I go over Bitcoin. My name's Sam Price. If you're new to the channel, started trading about 15 years ago, buying and selling stocks. Wasn't sure exactly what I was doing. Became self-taught. Started buying gold and silver because I realized that the dollar was going to go under. Started researching fiat currencies and understanding that there was more to the eye than I was told at school. Started getting my own education about fiat currencies. Saw the movie, the documentary, The Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney, which broke down the back end of the open market system and how basically the Federal Reserve really operated, how the Federal Reserve was private, wasn't a government entity. My whole life began to change. I started realizing I was stuck in the matrix. I was trapped. My subconscious mind was stuck going to work, 9 to 5, didn't know the truth. So I woke up. And at one point I asked myself, do I want to go all the way? And I knew that once I went the other way, it would be, people wouldn't understand me as much. I would understand a whole new concept of things, but I would find the right people that also understood. And lo and behold, the Crypto Lifer was formed, and together we're all here. So through deep dives and hardships, I made it through. I eventually found so many different things, from near-death experiences to aliens to cryptocurrency to Bitcoin, right? And from gold and silver to inflation, I studied history, and I realized that every fiat currency was printed to zero. And the continental dollar printed to zero. The florin printed to zero. The Roman coin, they cut corners and kept melting it with other basically metals until it wasn't a gold coin anymore. They printed it to zero, Then I learned, where did fiat currency come from? The first people who had gold would take a certificate for it. Then they'd give people the gold. They eventually realized they could just hold the certificates. People would send their gold back because they didn't want to walk around with the gold. And they gave it, hey, we'll just hold it for you. We have like security. We have a vault. Eventually, they could run around and just buy certificates because no one ever asked for the gold. So they counterfeited money and started spending money they didn't have, Lo and behold, it was inflation right there too as well. So the whole concept of banking was built off of just a horrible idea. A parasitic, let me hold it for you. No worries. Nothing will happen to it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so through all that in my studies, I realized that I should buy gold and silver. They got too heavy. I got too much of it. I started trading it. I learned how to trade it because gold and silver is just too heavy, and I needed a way out to accumulate wealth, to change, to beat inflation. So I started trading gold and silver, and this is my story. And that's how I got into trading, and that's like how it all started for me. Then I found Bitcoin, and it made a lot of sense, and it looked a lot like gold. But I didn't have to have a bag of it, and I could memorize the seed phrase, and everything began to change. And that's when I knew that something was going on with my life, and I got deeper into trading and deeper into cryptocurrency, and hand in hand, they went together. And now I'm here on the live stream. So shout out to everybody here. Just wanted to give you kind of a little backstory of who I am if you've never came to the channel before. Kind of rope you in a little bit. Say hi, and, just give you that real feel, holy feel, baby, about how, why you're here and how I can help you learn how to trade. I've been in the markets now, staring at different screens for years. I've been trading cryptocurrency since 2016. I've been trading gold and silver since, basically 09, 08 area, around 09, 2010. So it's been 13 years of grinding. 2 or 3 years before that, I was just buying and selling stuff. Didn't really know what I was doing. Probably been like 16 years, where I was like 24. And honestly, I just remember being 24, 25, trying to change my life. Getting out of college, wondering what this world was all about and where I was going to find my place. I know what it's like to feel lost. I know what it's like to be depressed. I know what it's like not be able to understand where you're going. Have all the want in the world, have all the desire, be the hardest worker, have a lot of drive, but just not know where to put that drive, and be very frustrated and lost. So I also help people get found. I help people find their way. I found my niche in life as a mentor, as a teacher, and as a trader. And so I want people to understand that there's a way out. It starts with exercise, it starts with hard work, and it starts with discipline. All right. And anyway, shout out. And that's kind of, so my live stream and my channel, yes, it's trading, but trading was my way out. So it's more about getting out. And when I mean getting out, I mean just breaking free mentally, not going to the work for the people that we know don't appreciate us, not doing things and jobs that we know aren't our full potential, and just, like basically living up to our full potential every single chance we have, going all the way, you know what I mean? And not never going halfway, going all the way, and feeling good about it every day, and not being scared to go all the way, and not being worried about what's going to happen. Every day just breaking through. Every day breaking another door. Every day breaking another wall. Every day pushing forward. Every single day doing something that we didn't do the day before. Recreating ourselves. Finding another way. Finding another solution. Entrepreneuring. Building. Pushing through our minds. How could we change something? Is there a product we could advance on? What can we do? How could we help? Is there an industry we want to be a part of? How could we contribute? Can we create? Can you be a creator? A contributor? What do you want to do? Find your niche, find your way, keep pushing, So I'm done with my spiel. So we're looking at Bitcoin in this falling wedge, possibly on the 8-hour time frame, looking like it could push back to the upside. RSI is pretty low, MACD turning, showing some signs of life there. 22 hour as well. And even the daily, finally super low. No really big divergence yet. Could be considered a bit of an M pattern double top with just a higher low too. It's, we're in between on, is that a Bart Simpson that's about to drop to the 200 SMA? The 21 curving is not a great sign, right? We'd like to get these moving averages back together, but we are near the 21 again. That took some time, and we didn't come down to it, which is interesting to me, right? And we don't have to panic, really, until we lose this level here at 28.6 or this level here at 27.3, right? These two levels here are clear areas. Even this level here that we're kind of like right below where we're at, 29.5, has a little bit of level of support, So here we sit at 29,838. I was bearish for 2 days. Yesterday, if you saw me, right, I said to the downside, We got a couple scalps to the upside on the 1 minute time frame, Like yesterday, we put out a scalp in the trading group. Beautiful scalp to the upside on the 1 minute. Played out nicely. Very, very nicely. So the idea behind all this is you don't throw too much money in the market until the market gives you good signs. And how you figure out what's a good sign is by looking at Bitcoin dominance, total market cap, right? Maybe a little bit of the DXY, some Bitcoin. Like, you got to get a feel of the overall market. Like, we knew that level that had to be held for the total market cap of all the altcoins. And it did hold, and we got the push to the upside. But we knew the level. We knew exactly what that level was and where we wanted it. These are important ideas. We were able to see that because we were looking at the bigger picture. If you're just trading altcoins and you got 50 altcoin trades open or 5 altcoins, whatever you're doing, or one, maybe none. Maybe you're just watching the market, whatever it is. The bigger market idea has to be in play. All right. So I still see this bullish megaphone. And honestly, bullish megaphones work with bottom of the channel, top of the channel. Bottom of the channel, top of the channel. Bottom of the channel, likely to come back to the top of the channel. Just like when we were here, I said we're likely to come to the top of the channel, and I did call that move, and we got it. Came back down and we lost it. We gave it all back. It was such a beautiful move. XRP, the world was great. Crazy, right? We gave it all back. And now below 30,300, which was the weekly area of support, I wanted to close a candle above these two candles. And right now, that looks like it may not happen. As long as we stay above this 200 SMA, I'm very bullish. 21 crossing right there is a very bullish sign. Even if we come back down and we bounce off 28.7. Even if we bounced on this low of 27.4. Even if we bounce off those two levels on the daily time frame, I still wouldn't. The only way I would be bearish if we started closing candles below this low, 25.8. 25,000, we start making a new low. So you have a low, because right now, low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. I mean, that candle did close above that candle. It's a higher high. All right. So now you're looking for the higher low. That's all. No worries. No big deal. Okay. Little bearish divergence that I have pointed out on the weekly. That swings up and that swings down. It's even on the daily, I believe. Yeah, that's swinging down while that's swinging up. But you could say it played out there, but is it beginning to get worse? So there is a bearish divvy here that would finally make this the Bart Simpson that we've been waiting for, right? And some bears right now are pushing for a head and shoulder idea here, back all the way back to 17.2. There is some gaps in liquidity. So we start losing levels, we drop. It wouldn't be the hardest thing to do, right? I'm open-minded that anything could happen. Could we see 17K again? I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going to go, all right? I just look at the charts. But let's go back to the smaller time frames, and that's why you get too overwhelmed if you try to make these big calls, Yes, I believe we've bottomed. All right, I've made some of those bigger calls, but there's huge statistics behind my thesis behind that idea. There's data that backs me up when I say that, and I could sit there and point it out and talk about it for days. So anyway, 4 hour looks like it's about to dump bad for Bitcoin. So if I had a trade right now, low, you couldn't get above the low. That's a bit of an M right there. See that? That is an M pattern to me. It's a little hidden. It's not perfect, but that has M pattern status, right? And look, the 4 hour is about to break below the 200 SMA. We know what happens there. I always say open up a short. Once a 4 hour candle closes below, in an hour and 11 minutes, a 4 hour candle will close below the 200 SMA. Try that right there. We got back above. You do not want to close 2 to 3 candles below the 200 SMA. So right now, that 4 hour looks like it's trying to bag us to the downside. All right. We'll look at the liquidity for BOOKMAP, but right now, that's bearish to me. And look, you continuously, since this spike up, which was great, you continuously make lower lows. Are you going to get the move back to the upside and confuse everybody? The smaller time frames are going to tell us. We're going to be able to see, so that's what we're going to figure out today. All right, and that's why it takes time. It takes sometimes about an hour for me to fully develop my thesis for Bitcoin for that day, right? And it's a lot of effort. It's not easy, right? It's you put in the work. So let's take a look here. A spike back up to 30K, but a big sell wall at 30,000. And this buy wall that's been accumulating down here is more spread than it was. And you got 29.5 and 29,400. You have a lot of buys down here, okay? That could suck the liquidity back down to 29,500. So, just wanted to see like what we got going on like right now inside the bars, you know. Got a lot of buying and selling in the zone, but I could see us get sucked down to 29.4, 29.5. So right now the 4 hours bearish. We have the liquidity to fill, right? Even lower here, and then we could go even lower. Now, there's a chance that we respect this broadening wedge, right? We just come down for some type of double bottom here. Or kind of a shoulder ahead and maybe a right shoulder. That's like, you know, kind of what you would hope for. And you don't want to be hoping when you're trading, personally. So I still see this as a bit of an M pattern on the 4 hour time frame. All right. And, yeah. Unless we can get like some type of a bounce back. And this pattern's just been ugly. Kind of, look, it's kind of an Adam and Eve right there. With the flag on the side. It's like a jagged Adam and Eve. I'll give that to it. I mean, it's weird. All right. 1 hour time frames attempting to reset. Same thing. You got overbought on the 1 hour. You're going to come back down. The idea was like, could you bounce off the lower time frame? Do you make a flag? So far, even, I mean, the 1 hour is attempting to make a flag. So it's like a little detective story, and you keep kind of building ideas here, right? And so this brings us back to that, like, shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? But then it bounced up, came back down. Volatility, too. And now you're in a bit of a, I mean, technically in some type of flag. As primitive as it is. With like a fake out, break back inside of the pattern. $7-minute wants to bounce back up. So, again, like, it's chop. You know, I'd be careful trading chop. You could use possibly a small time frame and move back up inside this pattern, in and out. For me, like, I long if Bitcoin gets back above 30,300, even really 30,004, this mark right here. Like, I'm okay missing this pump here. You know, maybe I could scalp a small time frame when I don't really, you know, I just take that advantage of that one move. But I want to see Bitcoin bounce here off this level, truly, That's the levels I'm looking for. Right. This would be, I'd take this, but it's a little riskier. This would give me a little more clarity. Right. So until then, I remain bearish. I mean, you continuously show me that you can't get above previous highs. All like here, 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 and here. Even today, you went lower than the one right there. Earlier, you lost 30,000. So I'm expecting the 4-hour to press for more downside. And then if you bearishly retest here and make a bear flag somewhere in this vicinity, I believe this is where it would happen. Another short further down, right? First level to take profit, 28,600. 28,750 area, you know. So I'm bearish. Again, and I could be wrong. Watch it pump all the way up to the upside today, and everyone's like, well, the lifer was wrong. He had no idea what he was talking about. Anything could happen. I'm just looking at the probabilities and the options of liquidity. And when I look at those two things, and that's what I go by every time, it does give me a high probability of a move. Shout out to all the lovers of life, man. 625 livers, 293 likes, $24 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. May God bless each and every one of you. So that's Bitcoin in a bit of a nutshell. I'm more bearish than bullish. There's a chance on some type of amazing short squeeze, right? That this 7-minute could break out. There was a line at 30K. This would take you to 30,400. I think this is highly unlikely. I'm just showing you that that could happen, though. I believe it's highly unlikely. All right. Super chats, HBAR, DAG, CASPA, and SRM. My man. Got the super chats flying on in. Let's take a look at HBAR as it was the talk of the town. One of the biggest tweets I ever had. We should put out a HBAR video every week, for crying out loud. The HBAR update seems to have a strong community of people that really care about the project. So that's interesting to me. HBAR. All right, so we talked about HBAR breaking out. And I drew this little pyramid thing. Just messing with you. But I drew this, pennant. And it broke to the upside. It did go up 13%, still holding a gain of about 7.43%. In the stock market, I would be considered the greatest thing since sliced bread. In crypto, the guy got 7%. I'm just saying, though, that thing did break out to the upside. I'm going to take a look at it again. I probably did a deep dive on it recently, but I want to just look at it again. This would be a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder, even though it's ugly and not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. That, to me, does resemble an inverted head and shoulder. All right, so right off the bat, bullish pattern did break out a little bit, got rejected by pretty close to the 200 SMA 2 times in a row here. Got to get back above that, and you can see some fireworks for Hedera, HBAR. So anyway, we're going to look at it on the daily time frame. It's starting to get high. It's a little overbought, but it could still get some momentum here to the upside. Let's see, the highest it's been recently, 9 cents, 9 8/10 of a cent, just in February. Pretty interesting that it was that high of this year, February of 2023. Remember, we had this huge run-up in crypto January and February. It was out of control. I don't know if y'all remember, pretty nuts. And ever since then, things started to cool down, So, falling wedge, wants to come back to the beginning of the lows of that bear market move. Retesting this little area where it's, pitter-pattered off a few times. Pop, 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 pop. Bounce, right? Attempting, it did make the first higher low in a row. That's the right shoulder, really. See, right, high, higher low. Did it break the higher high in a candle? It did. It made a very big candle above the previous high. So it broke that swung high, in my opinion. Didn't get the wick, though. Wicked pretty close to that wick and didn't get it. So we see there's some buy pressure here. And you're wondering why. Well, when you look left, it's a point of control on the VRVP. Okay? It's like directly above it. So people were a little they front run the point of control, which is a smart idea. You can see that we came close to bouncing, and it's a range. We could draw a range. But bounce, 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 bounce. Resistance, resistance. So we flipped this line here, which is 57. I believe, or what the charts convey to me is that substantial. And we will see something pretty big. Let's see what happened to our BTC ETH battle. 362 votes. 57% would buy Bitcoin. 43% would buy Ethereum. So we have an Ethereum Bitcoin battle here. 56 to 46. Wow, we just swung again. More votes coming on it. Get into this. Let me know. We want to know. You have 10K. You can only buy one. Is it Bitcoin or is it ETH? Jump on into the poll today. We have 600 people on the live. We have 200 and some odd more people that have not voted. Jump on in today. Please be a part of the community. Have some fun with us. We love you. I know this feeling when Bitcoin is testing bottom of ranges. Feel like it's going to bounce. Then it just rips right through as soon as you open along. Anyway, so Hedera, falling wedge. Boom. Gets out. Retests that and bounces back up. It's a good sign that it's starting some type of bigger move. Okay. Right here. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Fell through, came out. Bounce. Right? Beautiful bounce. And that's like an 886, basically a full-blown retracement. Which is super healthy. Like, you don't have to like think, did it go all the way? I mean, it went to the 886. Did exactly what it was supposed to after an insane run-up. After any asset runs up, Fibonacci says we should come back to the 886 retracement for a bottom. And that's exactly what it did. I mean, that's pretty interesting, right? So now we're fighting. We got back above. Now we're kind of fighting to get into the golden pocket, you see? So you got the 200 SMA and the golden pocket, both representing areas of resistance. So, and that point of control. And that area that I talked about that shows that, even through time, ever since back in July of 2022, has shown signs of needing some support, of support and resistance areas. So, furthermore, we have this, kind of ascending triangle beginning to form, I guess. If I almost want to make it smaller and say that it broke out. That was like the neckline. That's pretty cool. So you had an ascending triangle. You broke out technically. So now you want to see, can you hold above these, can this resistance become support? Resistance, resistance, resistance. Can you SR flip the 5-3 area and continue to the upside is the question, right? So we deep dive further to the 4-hour. You're getting overbought on both time frames, right? Here you can see that you broke out, retested, boom, to the upside. You can see these little retests. You can learn the retest. You can figure, and you can kind of see the method to how I speak, what I say. Like, how like if Bitcoin breaks above this and retest, I'll take looking for these types of behaviors, these types of situations. Okay, always. And look, I mean, where would it go? It would go the length of the base of the triangle. It's exactly what it did. Like, let me take a little more. Wicked up a little further, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, that's 8. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 20, 16-hour trade on a little dip there on the R. But anyway, so HBAR did break out 5.2 to 5.5. Little move for it. All right. What's the gain there if you were trading in 16 hours? I mean, 8%. I mean, that's amazing. In less than a day, 8%. So just understanding patterns, tight moving averages, the VRVP, and these other 3 indicators, to me, with some volume and price action, I mean, you throw in some Fibonacci there, support or resistance, and you're ready to go. And some, I talk about it like it's so simple. I'm like, little moving average, little Fibonacci, a little bit. I mean, you add each one a little by little. You know what I mean? Day off today. Gina Bombina in the house. People asked about her, and she's here. See? People are like, where's Gina? She doesn't come anymore. I was like, she had a new job that she's busy about. She comes every Saturday. She's here every Saturday night. Gina, we love you, Gina. Gina Bombina in the house. And I will drink to that. Lemon water, that is. But I'll still drink to that. Shout out to Gina. We love you. And Gina, the second you came, like 30 people came into the stream. Like, you just brought, like, all that energy. Yeah, I swear on my entire life, strike me Strike me dead. I shouldn't say these things. They asked about you today. They love you, Gina. We need your love. We need you. You're a crypto love. Like, you bring the love, Gina. You always have. Shout out to Master Friend, Lakochi Coker, Gina Bombina, James Armstrong, Lifer Adam, Crypto Shorts, my man, Lieutenant Dan Dangle in the house. So I'm not done with HBAR. All right, so HBAR booms up. The 4-hour time frame's getting overbought. It broke above a resistance. So lovely. Can HBAR stay above 5 cents? Does it make this, or does it even, maybe it makes a bigger pattern? You know, something like that. But whatever it does, I'm going to be watching for it. And I want to see some bullish consolidation as this falls through. Now, does it out of nowhere just rip? It could. I've seen that happen. Smaller time frames will usually give us a flag or some type of idea. 15-minute looks interesting. I'll give you that. Bit more symmetrical, not as bullish. Shout out to Tahir Mubin. We love you, brother. Thank you for becoming an exclusive member. I see you, brother. I see you. And I thank you. Salute to you and yours. May God bless your family. May God bless you. Thank you for jumping on into the live. Shout out to everybody here. Yeah, Grace Protocol is back. Everybody is back. We got the Lifer family intact. Like it never left, baby. Look at the MACD getting smaller. Falling volume with falling price suggests a reversal could be coming here. 15-minute is addressing the dotted line. 1-hour time frame, somewhat of a consolidation. HBAR could get a pump here even today, in my humble opinion. I'd watch it for a possible another little scalp here for 10.9% on HBAR. 15-minute looks like it could make some type of move here, or at least give us the indication. That measured move would take you to 6 cents for HBAR. I just want to see the 4-hour. If after that pump, if we do get it, I'd like to see the 4-hour reset and stay above 5.5 cents, 5 cents. That would be a really awesome thing for HBAR. So it's HBAR in a bit of a nutshell. All right. Bigger time frames, a little overbought. Doesn't mean we can't further the pump. That's why we looked at the smaller time frames. Eventually, I see it cooling off once it gets to about 6 cents, though. I see there's a big area of liquidity there. And, you know, if you're lucky enough to consolidate, we'll reconvene. But so far, HBAR has a little bit of a push. I see more people talking about it. And it's gone from 4 cents to about 5.5 cents since this bottom here in June 15th of 2023. June 15th of 2023. So, HBAR. Shout out to all the funding. We love you. We appreciate it. We got DAG. We got CASPA. We got SRM on the lineup, so let's take a look at DAG, which is, Constellation DAO, right? Yeah. You know what I found? I know this is weird. This thing used to, maybe not anymore, but it used to move a little bit with AGIX. Like, AGIX would pump, and then DAG would somehow pump. Like, had a similar community, similar group of people. I don't know if they were connected. I don't know if they had, like, a similar team that created it or something. I don't know. I'll have to look it up and be better about my deep diving here. But I did, in my remembrance, DAG and AGIX. AGIX, no one, we used to trade here a year ago. No one really talked about it. Like, oh, it's got that AI. But, like, no one really, the narrative wasn't out a lot. Like, other people didn't really understand. It's interesting, though. We've been on top of things. Sometimes we didn't know. Sometimes we did. But we've been on top of things in the trading group. Right? Like, I just do cup and handles. That's all I do. I search the market for cup and handles every night. All right? I look for all different types of things. And not just that, but, it is something that I do. And I was looking at Luna, the short, and it was in a cup and handle. And 2 days before the whole Luna fiasco, I posted this. I said, are the shorts trying to tell us something? You know what I mean? Just a cup and handle. And next thing you know, we were like we were the trading group that predicted the short. I mean, we didn't predict the short. But we got into the short before everyone else, and then I don't know, and the cup and handle was there. So that's what I keep telling people every time they try to, they'll join my group and they'll be like, but this world's different, a recession coming, like Bitcoin's never seen, and they bring up all this stuff, and I'm like, quit being a socio-economic professor, man. And I'm like, just look at the charts. Like, if you're loyal to the charts will be loyal to you, right? Respect the TA, man. As my man Mitch Ray says, respect the TA. So I'm finding my way here with this trend line. You saw me kind of bending my mind here with the thought. Like, was it still inside? Yeah, you could say that. It did wick to it and got rejected. You can almost put, like, 2 trend lines here, but you had these, like, so, like, resistance, kind of got back above the zone. You can almost make it tighter and say we, like, almost retested a diagonal resistance there, right? Can you check the daily on GFAL? Appears to be an Adam and Eve double bottom. I took profits, but thinking about going back in again. Looks tasty. Shout out to Dopamine Wave Pool. We love you. We appreciate your super chat, and we thank you. Everyone that gave a super chat today, let's shout you out. We shout out to Bling Style X. We love you for the $1.99 for SRM. Joshua Jelowick, Lifer Gang. I love that. For the $2 super chat for Caspa. Continuing to the bottom wedge on the daily. Good question. Dopamine Wave Pool. GFAL appears to be an Adam and Eve double bottom. I took profits, but thinking about going back in. Looks tasty. We will answer these questions and more in this live stream. Jan Laverinek, or Laverinek, right? Hit that like, pay the man his effort. Shout out to Jan, we love you. Joshua Jelowick coming up, and then Stanford Mineco and Mathematics. This is my first super chat ever. I would like to thank you for all that you are doing for the crypto community. I'm blessed to be a lifer. Can you look at CTC Credit Coin when you have time? Shout out to Mathematics, we love you. First super chat. All right, we got our work cut out for us today. I'll tell you that right now. All right, so again, 3-day chart says there's a little more leg coming up. We see that we have, clear resistance right here too, which we couldn't get back above locally. Not even locally. It is the 3-day chart, right? But resistance. Constellation would have to get back above 5 3/10%, right? To get, like, All right, so I know I have these weird 3 lines here. I've never really done that before, but I do see that we have wicked to this line and not gotten back above it, so it is a resistance. 200 SMA is hanging above us. These are getting tighter. I see us eventually consolidating and getting a move up to the 200 SMA, right? Which would be our next resistance area at 8.9 right? Let's take a look at our daily time frame. And our daily's overbought, telling us that it's time to probably get a move back down. It tried to breach the 200 SMA and got rejected by it, and it's a little far now from the 200, the 21. So you'd expect either a huge spike up and then some type of consolidation up here, or a consolidation right now even, right? Would be nice if it could use this as support and that point of control that it got back above, right? This level here, and touch the 21-day. So I'd be looking for some type of move back and for the daily to reset. And I'd put alerts here on the stochastics, and I'd put an alert right here. And that's basically my advanced stuff, like teaching you guys my advanced stuff, like right now, giving away my sauce. And I'd wait for that to come into play. If it came into play, I would think of possibly making that trade, back, and it would make that higher low for a higher high and make the trade up to this area. But I'd be watching it closely first. See that daily reset, right? Starting to find some type of bottom, though. And for me, personally, if I like the project, I would be DCAing into this, because I do see it as a long-term bottom, like this. And to me, it looks like it's making that bowl. And bowls are for accumulating. Not just long-term I believe you're getting really close to the bottom for DAG. All right. If you haven't just bottomed right there. At about, 2.9. So, if you love this project and you're convinced and you like it, again, I can't tell anyone what to do with their money. I'm not 100% into this project. I have other ideas, but I do think DAG is been around a long time. The team's not going anywhere, and they're still kicking it. So there's a lot to be said. Caspa, we talked about it. We drew this on the daily. We said it was likely going to break out. We even put this in a Kuptil handle, if you remember correctly, in the trading group. We gave this trade to you. We found this Adam and Eve double bottom there too. If you remember, we waited for the 3-day to come all the way down and reset on the Fibonacci's patiently to the 786, where we began to accumulate more Caspa right in the zone. All right, between 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4, and 1, 5. And I did it live in front of y'all. I sold right here and I bought back here right here. All right. Now my Caspa bag is absolutely exploded to the upside. I buy Caspa here on spot. All right. Right here. And it's become a bigger long-term idea for me to be in Caspa. All right. Just recently, I opened a swing trade on a Saturday night for everybody, or for me, you know, I can't say for everybody. And I said, man, I like Caspa right here. Threw $2,000 in the trade, right? That $2,000 right now is 21. It was actually through 1768 in the trade. That 1768 is 2171 right now, and I made the trade live in front of everybody. Like, said I'm getting in right here on the 4-hour time frame. Looks amazing, right? Anyway, so I just like, you know, I don't try to like toot my horn too much, but you know, my Caspa bag now is $10,750. I mean, Caspa's out of control. All right. And we had it here in this cup and handle. And you can go into my trading group and you can put in Caspa and see when we put it out. And so that's now up nicely. About 60% since July 6th, right? 13 days, 60% gains, you know, and it's just monstrous. And it's it blasted through this previous high, took out the swing high. You expect a higher low when it comes and retraces. It is getting overbought on the 3-day now. But I've even seen the last time it got this overbought up here, I mean, it went on a rally. So usually it breaks its previous high and continues. If it does that, it gets into price discovery. It's very close to price discovery, which to me tells me it can get to price discovery. Daily getting a little too overbought for me and starting to see some resistance. Okay. With the 4-hour, we found in this flag, and the flag broke on out. But now you got bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. So you would expect some type of lull here for Caspa. However, Caspa's just every time I say that, it just does a moon, you know. Shout out to JB. Sam, are you using 3 commas at all? The setting options were great. Or have you found a decentral alternative? I couldn't use these 3 commas ever again after what happened, man. I can't put my name behind a product that wouldn't tell their you know what I mean? We canned that, like, once we figured out what was going on. And we moved to All Tradie. All Tradie's way better. All right. They're implementing MEXC. If they haven't not this week, it'll be, I believe it should be done this week, but I don't know. I don't want to say something that I don't know. All right. Anyway, so we gave a beautiful trade on Casper on the 4-hour time frame. Congrats to anyone that took it. It's about as high as the trade ever was at 3.5. So congrats to anyone right now who took the Casper trade. It was my main focus of the week. There wasn't a lot of buns out there for the bacon. You know what I mean? And I knew Casper was likely to make some gains. So I took some money and threw it in there and even added to my position. And I made a pretty penny off Casper so far. So, I mean, the 4-hour now does have like legs, like it could continue. I was looking at this little flag, and that's what continued to pump, right? So maybe it comes from here, but at one point it looks like the 4-hour is going to do some type of consolidation. We did show you that divergence. I never know what he says, but it's weird, right? It's like, what is he saying? What is the guy saying over here? So, Caspa, could there be another quick scalp out of this? I mean, the whole market's loving this thing. Frankie Cano spotlighted it, got a little bit of love. People were just into this. And we were there first, man. The lifers, again, uncannily, like we had a time machine, knew what coin was going to be hot a few weeks before it was hot. How? We keep our ear to the grindstone and we grind. If you're in my trading group, you would have been privy to the gains in Caspa to the upside. So there's possible scalp up here. It's getting sketchy. This bearish div, as I've talked about, that's very high risk. Highly likely not going to happen. But there's a chance that it still does based on the hype right now for Caspa. So I'd watch the 15-minute. Once it makes a low, like a low, once it breaks this low, then I would look to like possibly short it or just, wait for it to consolidate again. I won't be shorting Casper, but it could be a nice perpetual short technically because it's been going for, So you look for this low to break this low somewhere right here. Then on the next high, I would enter short for a move to the lower low, right? That's just, trend trading. Let's take a look at ANT was on my radar. What happened to ANT? Argon. Looks like it didn't do anything amazing. I was just watching this consolidation. Man, what I do is when I'm just, half looking at something, I throw an alert on it. When price action crosses it, I'll get an alert to it, and I'll just know what's up. It'll teach me a little something. I may either learn something, I may gain from it, I may trade it. It all depends, right? It all depends. Let's see what's happening to bitty Bitcoin at 29,872. So it reset, as you can see on the 7-minute, and now it's just bouncing off the bottom of the trend line right now. So it'd be like, scalp trading the 7, which is very difficult. I've done it, you can do it. I do it all the time, but it's not easy. It took me years to kind of do, but scalp trading the 7 from like bottom and the top of the, so 7 says it will bounce back up again, but if you can't make a high above this high, you don't break this high, 30,092. And if you come here and you can't break this trend line, just more downside. It's like a rounded top at this point. You see? Rounded tops do not pay the bills. Pretty bearish. So, I'm open-minded. Anything could happen. You know what I mean? I know nothing. But the fact of my own ignorance, Bitcoin could pump. But right now, it just doesn't look amazing, Keep that on Bitcoin. Let's jump into SRM. Got an alert there on Aragon. On Ant. And I got a bunch of setups that I posted this morning in the trading group. Join the trading group to see what I am cooking up. They may make gains just like what you saw here today, like Caspa. Or maybe like the Chainlink gain. They made 9% overnight just the other day. All right. Or how about the Bitcoin scalp from yesterday at about, 2 in the afternoon that we absolutely nailed. That didn't hit the stop loss and hit beautiful gains to the upside. In and out. 20-minute trade. Took the bulk of Bitcoin's move. SRM in a beautiful falling wedge on the daily. Tight moving averages. You could see it pump up to the 200 SMA. I've seen this look like some type of a cup and handle. That's not the best cup, but it's got some cup and handle feels. It did wick to this area. Resistance wicked. And it is attempting to SR flip a little bit there. I like what I'm seeing on the daily for SRM for a possible pump up to the 200 SMA. That's my old 200 SMA trick. That's my old thingamajiggy. It's doing the thing again. It's doing that thing again over here. So moving average is getting really tight on the 4-hour time frame. We did lose the 200 SMA slightly, but still momentum here. So I could wait for the 1 hour to come on down and reset. And there could possibly be a nice entry. If it broke out and retested though either this POC at 11 or even just the top of this trend line or this line here, they'd be like safer bets to play and let that daily take care of it. So if you saw the smaller time frames come out and retest for me, If I saw that, that would be a nice entry for SRM. The daily looks nice for a move to the upside. I would just look for that retest in the smaller time frame. But the daily looks nice. The measured move for that daily would take you to 21 cents. Be pretty big. And Solana seems to be moving recently. You know, it's got a little bit of a buzz to it, and anything connected to Solana would move. So, you know, that's where you get that movement coming out of SRM, right? GFAL, which is Games for a Living on MEXC Global. Let's take a look at GFAL, Games for a Living on MEXC. Let's break it down. Okay, so it's been on a mission, as we can see, since we found it, I believe, right around there, right? Maybe half heard about it here, watched it pump. Oh, did we get on right there, maybe? But we started buying into this thing pretty early, right? And it's been pumping up ever since. I mean, that was June. I believe we did know about it back in May. Anyway, so I have this kind of symmetrical triangle, which seemed to have broken out to the upside so far after this crazy wick down. All right? And I pulled the fib from there because I figured, you know, I mean, that's your next really real level in the wick to here. We wicked on, I mean, that wick was crazy, but technically we eventually did challenge the golden pocket, broke on out, and got above the 382, which is a big level of resistance. You get above the 382, usually you can get to that value area high on the VRVP. So we're looking for 2 and 7/10 of a cent now for our next, and we're very close to price discovery yet again. So just like Caspa, this coin's very close to its all-time high. It breaks that high, it goes into what we call price discovery. I call it price disco, right? Discovery, disco, and anything could happen. So daily still has momentum to the upside. 4 hours says no way. So right now I would, you know, close it up, and I'd be following this flag. You know, you could even make different sections of your list and then call it like the flag list or whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? Like you can add a section, call it like flag. Bull flag alert, right? I lost it anyway. This group is like too big, but point of the story is you can even make a new list if you want completely, right? And then whenever you're on a coin, you know, like Games for a Living, right? You can put it in there, right? Now this thing is on MEXC Global, which is awesome, right? So bam. And see here, you should be able to put it into the list. See on supercharts. That's so cool. I thought I said see the super chats. I'm like, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Like what if it like API'd super chats back in? That'd be the best thing ever. I would be super hype. All right. I just know if you see the symbol here, you can right click the symbol and then you can add it. See, add it, and you can add it, you know, bull flag alert. All right. I have so many, look, fave to trade, high stock. It's just crazy. Some of them are old. I have to clean out too that I haven't used in a while. So biggest gainer on KuCoin for the day. We'll take a look at that. Pundi X and shorting GMT. High Clone X had a little bit of a move. XRP3L had a little bit of a move. XLM had a little bit of a move. Anchor Protocol, Solana, but nothing huge today going on, right? And we're going to take a look at our MEXC list too. We will still post MEXC and KuCoin, because we know we have a lot of international people in the trading group that are allowed to still trade KuCoin. So we're, definitely jealous of y'all out here in the States, So we get the shoulder headed to shoulder, making a flag above the resistance. I just want to see GFL continue a flag with the 21 crosses here. Looks like the 4-hour needs to reset a little bit. So I set an alert on GFAL, but if that continues, we can get very close to price discovery. Well, we do see somewhat of a double top here. I'll give you that right now. So that's, we would like to avoid that. Right now we have somewhat of a double top. All right, which means we could end up falling further down too. So things to consider. But I believe this is a long-term hold for me to see where it goes in the next year or two. So if it goes lower, I would just buy more GFAL, So its all-time high was about 2 cents and 600th of a cent. So pretty close to that all-time high at 17598, If we make that flag on the 4-hour reset on the 4-hour time frame, we could see some more moves for GFAL, in my humble opinion. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you so much for the love today. Wow. $36 in chat revenue. You people are so nice and giving. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I think we got all the questions there. All right. And with that being said, it is 11:29. We can jump on into the news. We also, we got a couple trades of the day that I'm looking at in the trading group too as well. That if you're in the trading group, you may just want to see. NAKA went up 130% here today on MEXC out of nowhere. SNFT went up 61%. Moon, obviously Moon for 45%. BFT made some gains. Optimism 3L had some moves. I was looking at that yesterday actually for a possible gain. Looked like a very small move. Horde, an oldie but goodie. We used to trade Horde back in the day on KuCoin. That's funny. And just, but not a huge day for alts. You know what I mean? Not a huge day for just, oh my gosh, the gains just flowing in. We got some nice gains on some altcoins, on one or two altcoins that we had in the trading group, but wasn't like a bonanza, right? Obviously, we're still looking. Altcoins are picking up from where they dropped off. Certain coins are hot. Fun way to find a hot coin. It's not that difficult. Bitcoin dumps. A lot of days Bitcoin would dump, and within an hour of a nasty dump, I'd hit 1 hour here, and you'd see a couple coins in the green, right? Like XDC Network today is up 1% for whatever reason. On 7 days, it's up 14%. Synthetics is also up 35% on the week, which is weird. Hedera up, Clayton up, and you can kind of see, okay, there's a little bit of movement here. Nexo. So then I'd be like, okay, what's up with XDC? XDC, and I would start looking into it a little bit and take a look at it, right? And I'll tell you right now, just doing that alone a few times is gain. Not a few times, a bunch of times. I've made gains off of just, and you would think it can't be that simple, but it just is. Again, you have to know your technical analysis. Once you understand the predicament, you have to know what to look for. It doesn't happen. It's not like, oh, boom. But, and look, this even has kind of an Adam and an Eve and Adam. It's like a backwards, but I've seen the Adam and Eve backwards. There's your, cup. There's your, and wow. That'd be amazing if that's a giant Adam and Eve in a way, or just a giant backwards Adam and Eve, I guess we would call it. I don't know exactly what you would call that, a backwards Adam and Eve, something of that nature. Pretty interesting. So I'm interested to see what XDC is doing, what's kind of separating it, what the setup was looking like, It does follow Bitcoin and Stellar Lumens. I'll tell you, it's got the ISO 222 kind of going for it, right? So there I have this falling wedge where it came to the 618. I wonder if I just remember thinking about it. I don't know if I ever put out something for the trading group, though. I never like taking credit for a setup that I never posted. Because I post enough setups that are for real. There's no reason to ever mess around. You know what I mean? I never want to ruin that authenticity. So let's take a look at XDC. Looks like I put it out on 7/16. Wow, I nailed it. I absolutely nailed it. This is crazy. How do I do this stuff? But so on 7/16 at 121 in my trading group, XDC mainnet, falling wedge, oversold on the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame. All right. I'm saying right here, relative strength was also in a falling wedge, right? Falling volume with falling price. MACD, lack of bearish momentum. Moving averages. I gave you a 1 hour chart and a 4 hour chart, just in case you didn't get enough. And I show you that you're approaching the 618 fib and you're getting tight. And we could get a 12% move out of this. This is 3 days ago. And what happened? It never hit the stop loss, and it nailed the target of 12%. Sean, I'll send this to the gains, man, and we put another gains out there, XDC. So somehow I knew or had the setup in the trading group, which I wasn't even about to brag. I didn't even know. It looks like I'm bragging again, I guess, but I'm just describing what happens in the trading group, So somehow I had this set, and you can see how clean the setup was, and the information that I gave you to kind of understand what was going on, the checklist. I gave you 2 time frame charts just so you could understand 2 time frames, right? See what I was looking at. I am attempting to give you my vision. I'm saying, hey, I got my hand on your shoulder. Hey, check this out. My hand doesn't need to be on your shoulder. You know what I mean? But I'm like, hey, check this out, right? Look what I'm seeing. Look where I believe there's a high probability of a move. I mean, that's like the 3rd time today that you can see that I pointed out something and it happened. And it's not me. It's the technical analysis. You can harness the same ability. And 8%, 12%, 5%, 2%, 50%. Yeah, everyone wants big gains. But, I mean, I will take 12% all day long. All day long. You know what I mean? So, interesting. I was looking for gains. I found our own. The ones that I already made. So now, look, we're getting high, a bit high there on the 4 hour. And the 1 hour too looks a little extended. I wouldn't get into that, right? There's even bearish divergence here now. As this swings down on the 1 hour time frame, well, that swings up on price action, right? So I know that I need to be careful, all right? All right. Bitcoin, a little bit of a bounce here. Back to the top of the channel. I mean, you would expect that. Bottom, back to the top. And you're at 29.9. You can see how you could have traded the range. But like, when the range is that tight and that small, that's chop. You have to be super precise. You got to know exactly what you're doing. You got to stare at the screen. You could get it done. All right? Some people like it. Some people find that easier than swing trading. I knew someone that was like, Sam, I can't do the 3 to 5 day swing trades you do. Like, I just can't do that. Like they couldn't have made that 12% in 3 days on XDC. Like, it takes too long. I'm staring at the charts. I'm bugging out. My nerves, like, I need a fast. Like, I want to be on the 1 minute or the 5. Or he's like, at the most, the 7. I need to feel that action. I need to feel that movement. So, your personality, what you do, how you use trading, it all depends on basically who you are. You know what I mean? That's something that I found to be true. And we're all different traders for that reason. Credit coin CTC. Let's take a look at CTC. Credit coin. Thank you for that super chat reminder too. I appreciate that. Credit coin on MEXC Global. It's also on KuCoin. But if I can, I'm going for the MEXC. Right? So credit coin seems like it's been beat to the ground. You're looking for a massive bullish divergence or something. Let's take a look at it here on the daily time frame. All right, so credit coin on MEXC came out. First started on MEXC back in January of 2022. So it's been over a year and a half. Tanked with the bear market. All right. Came up. Had a little run up from about 30 cents to 66, 69, and then came all the way back down to 19 cents. Created a new low. Actually has resistance at the previous lows now. Bounce, bounce, resistance. Could it be a rug pull that never comes back? Very, very, very possible. Very possible. Is this a piece of garbage coin? I don't know. I don't want to spread FUD. Could this have a substantial, I don't know. You got a bullish divergence here. Again, not that strong if you're getting complete sell-offs. Only as strong as the support and resistance around it. So, like, you now have resistance right here. So you got to get back above 24 cents to remain bullish. Or you got nothing, right? You got a bullish divergence. Let's see what it can do. It should bounce. At the end of the day, all it could give you is maybe the top of this pattern, right? You need to make a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Some type of bigger double bottom. Maybe even like a symmetrical triangle or an ascending triangle. You need to do something to reverse this pattern back on out, right? And you're going to encounter a resistance here at your previous support zones. So you have this coin has a tough road, a real tough road, right? So if you believe in it and you love it, I guess it's a great time to get in. I'm not a financial advisor. Another guy saying you should be taking his financial advice. I would never tell you what to buy or sell. So this would be all up to you completely. I wouldn't touch this coin with a 10-foot pole. So that's just me. Moving on. Sam is crypto. Jesus, I'm here for my morning positivity. God love you, man. We love you. If you're here and you're pushing forward every single day, we love you. Every single day you say thank you. Every single day you use gratitude. Every single day. And you'll find a gem. And you will find a reason to be happy. You will find a reason to survive. All right? Shout out to Gibby in the house. God bless you, Gibby. We're going to pamp it up like Arnold. Casper, you got to pamp it. You know what I mean? I would never call myself Jesus. Like, that would be blasphemous. I just want to make that really clear. You know what I mean? People can say whatever they want in the chat and stuff, and we can be like, yeah, you know, I can read the chat. But, you know, anyway. Gina, hugs for Gina. We love you, Gina. Yeah, we already did our beautiful Caspa. Yeah. Can't leave the stream. Can't leave the stream. Gotta. You know. I know the mods took his. Anyway, I love you all. I don't look at. I can't see hate. I can only see love, man. I can only see the love. I can't see the hate. It doesn't exist to me. You know. Just doesn't. Another cup and handle satisfied to the upside. Yeah, we talked about how we will likely get some type of pullback and see what the 4-hour can do. Showed this little flag on the 15-minute was very high risk. Already breaking down a little bit. Try to come back in, though. You know? But we got some bearish divvy to deal with. As that's pointing down while that's pointing up. Right? To me, it looks like a great time to take some profits on a swing trade. But could be hanging in there for more. To me, it would have run, though. Like, the trade was... I would take that trade and move on. All right? Dogecoin about to pump to the max, 30 cents. Doge did look somewhat bullish. Let's talk about Dogecoin for a split second here. And I got to get out a little early. I got to interview Ragsy today at 12 o'clock. I need about at least 5 minutes to kind of stretch my back and prepare for the interview. All right? You got to give me that. Can I get 5 minutes before I keep working all day long, baby? And I've been in front of this computer since about 6:45 in the morning, grinding for me and for you, looking for those gains, looking for those juicy wins, looking for those altcoins that can produce the gains and the more gains. So a broadening falling wedge for Dogecoin, all right? Oversold on the 4-hour time frame. Sorry. We got other stuff in here from last time. Moving averages culminating into a tight point. Okay? Very tight. I could actually swing this up here and move this a little bit. No, we don't. I think it thought I was going to make another one. That's if I turn the moving averages off, just so you can see price action. We are getting tight. Shoulder, possible head, and a right shoulder. getting oversold in the 1 hour time frame with the moving averages getting very tight. Suggest that Dogecoin may get a, I don't know, they're going to talk about it as something happening, getting tight in the channel. It's in a symmetrical, so it could go up or down. Don't be surprised if it dumps all the way back down to the point of control at 6.5. Could easily happen. But something's happening soon for Dogecoin. It's going to either break down or break up, literally, I'd say in the next 5 hours at the most. So I'd be expecting some type of move. This is a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. You are getting more oversold than overbought. There's a chance we could see a pump for Dogecoin to the upside. Moving averages getting tight. A higher low. So the trend is to the upside technically. Because you have a low, you have a high, you have a higher low. With tight moving averages, could propel Dogecoin further to the upside. 77, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I'm just messing. But all the sevens for 13% look nice to me. Yo, how we doing? What's going on? Andrew Simone. I'm calling you now. Andrew Simone. We love you, Andrew. How you been, man? God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. XRP chat, stunning crypto. My man, for the 199 super chat. Thank you. God bless you. First super chat ever. Shout out to Stunning Crypto. And when people do the super chats, I know we have new people in the live. So if you're new today and you want to know where we're trading, what we're doing, we're trading on MEXC Global, baby. MEXC is the place to be. Casper just got a little bit of a dumpage to the downside. I tell you what, there's some bearish divergence. Time to take a little profits if I was in the swing trade, which I did already in the swing trade I was in. All right. There, I lost $300 on my Casper bag already. That's how much Casper I got. All right. And I just like adding to bags here live on camera. Casper also in a very small position. Showing some love for the $20 super chat. Just throwing it out there. My man, Andrew, we love you, brother. What you did for the Coachy Coker, I will never forget. What you did for many lifers, I will never forget. May God bless you always being around. May God bless your awesome energy. Wherever you go in life, man, you deserve the best. Thank you so much for everything. Casper and XRP, now super chats coming back into the game. You're always showing love, brother. United States, man. We love you, man. I show love. The people around me show love. The people around them show love to each other. It's love. It's a love fest. And people look at me like, what's going on here? I don't mind. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. All right. But I'm just going to add to my Casper bags while that 3-day chart is low. And I didn't say Casper. I said Casper. They're about the same price now again, which is interesting. It makes it even more confusing for people. They must love that, right? And I'll throw $500 onto my Casper bag. I just keep adding. I just keep adding at the right times, the right projects. You know what I mean? To me, $250 worth of Bitcoin can never hurt. So, and look, I'm doing this all without fees. That's what I love the most about this. All without a fee. And I throw $250 worth of BTC in there over there. I throw a couple more over there. Zero spot maker and taker fees, man. Right? And I buy Casper. I buy some Bitcoin. Right? The Bitcoin order's still open. I'm trying to get 900. That's why. I believe we'll get it. If it doesn't, who cares? We'll just leave it and we'll come back and get it later today or something. It's not a big deal. It's $250 worth of Bitcoin. Yeah, I watched this video about Hedera Hashgraph a long time ago. It's funny this guy mentions this. I too watched that video for the first time. I mentioned it today in the live stream. It's just weird. I'd say about 6 years ago. I feel it was 5 years ago. I could be wrong. I mentioned it on the live stream. It's just so weird. No, I've never seen a tweet about it ever. I've never mentioned it on the live. I mentioned it, and this guy's got something there. I find that pretty interesting about the universe. You know? Pretty interesting. Somebody's watching over us over here. All right, shout out to everyone that's kicking it with me. We got to jump on into the news and get the news out of here, pressed and ready to go. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Shout out to my team. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to Ragsy. And we're going to be out of here in about 5 minutes because of, because we have to. All right? We got more content to make. We got to do the interview for tonight so you can see. I mean, I'm just going to, I'm excited. I'm excited. Always have a blast when we do the interviews. Always have a blast when we do the interviews. So I'm excited. You should get excited. Let's do it together. I'll close the curtain for a second, and we will be back with the news in like a heartbeat of a moment. All right. Hi, my name is Samuel James Price. I'm the Crypto Lifer, and today, with the Crypto Lifers, we're going to have the news. Every single day, I give you the news for a 3 to 5 minute segment that covers kind of what's happening. Is crypto moving into stocks? Are stocks getting tokenized? What's going on with Legacy 3? Is Amazon working with Avalanche? And more. I'm not saying that's today's news, but those are the type of news segments that I do go over that excite me, and you may get excited right now, so let's jump on into it. NASDAQ halts plan for crypto custody service due to U.S. regulatory conditions. The stock market operator had said in March that it was putting together infrastructure and regulatory approval for the custodian service. NASDAQ wanted to actually become a crypto custodian. Why not? All they had to do was kind of sync up with Coinbase, which would probably be the custodian, and then make it happen. NASDAQ is dropping its plans for a crypto custody service, which was slated to go live the second quarter of this year. In September 2022, the operator of the NASDAQ stock exchange had said that it was putting together the infrastructure and regulatory approval needed for a crypto custody service. The firm had applied to the New York Department of Financial Services for a limited purpose trust company, which would oversee the custody business. Now NASDAQ has opted to halt these plans and its efforts to pursue the necessary license, considering the shifting business and regulatory environment in the U.S. Felt like the regulatory environment's been the same, which is not nil the whole time. But the firm, however, aimed to continue supporting digital asset industry in several ways, including partnerships with potential ETF issuers, as well as providing technology for crypto custody, she adds. So maybe they're just going to be on the outskirts until it gets perfect. You think NASDAQ would be able to kind of keep it moving. So interesting to see even them back away. Do they know something we don't? It's kind of eerie. U.S. Senate bill wants to regulate DeFi like the banks. The DeFi protocols would need to impose strict controls on their users. The U.S. Senate is poised to take another crack at regulating the crypto industry with a new bill that would place stringent anti-money laundering requirements on decentralized finance protocols. The bipartisan bill, the Crypto Asset National Security Enactment Act of 2023, would require DeFi protocols to impose bank-like controls on their user base, according to a description of the bill reviewed by CoinDesk. The bill intends to fight the rise in crypto-facilitated crime and close off avenues for the evasion of money laundering and sanctions measured that are crucial to our national security. The bill envisions sidestepping these issues by placing requirements on anyone who controls a DeFi protocol or makes available an application to use the protocol, likely a reference to groups who build user-friendly front ends for protocols otherwise cumbersome smart contracts, as Uniswap Labs does for Ethereum, top decentralized exchange. So they want to make you, they don't want to give you, they don't want you to be able to be decentralized. They don't want you to not to have an identity. They want you to know who you are. You need a KYC to use your MetaMask wallet. And that's kind of where it's going. It's interesting. Regulation is always, and I love the anti-money aspect. We don't want bad actors in the space. There's got to be a way to do it and still have privacy. There's got to be a way. Someone's working on it. I have faith. XRP futures set open interest record high for 2023. Open interest on XRP futures-based contracts crossed 1.1 billion mark. Wow. In the past 24 hours. Wow. Open interest on XRP futures climbed 1.1 billion. Top of the 1 billion level touched last week and setting a record high for the year. XRP token surged as much as 6% for a straight day of gains, even as major cryptocurrencies remained little. And that's awesome. That huge move in XRP was amazing. Bitcoin attempting right now to get back above 30,000, getting a bit of a pump there. Look at that, getting the move to the upside. This wedge is attempting to break back out again. I'm not going to believe in it until we can get a candle close above at least 30,180, and preferably really above here, above 30,429. Those two big levels for me need to be breached for me to remain bullish for Bitcoin. Right now, these are all just kind of cash grabs. Let's take a look at BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP is a heat order book bookmap. You know, I did a webinar with them yesterday too. You can kind of see how I use it, why I use it. We predicted a short squeeze before it happened on the webinar, And then it did actually happen, just as we predicted. So you can kind of see how we can figure out where price action is likely going to go. Quick short squeeze here. We're watching the liquidations on BOOKMAP as we speak. And there's a link here to the BOOKMAP, which I think you would absolutely love. 37,000, 21,000, 19,000. We can see the people actually getting liquidated here on BOOKMAP. We did see that one order that was a little high earlier when we looked at it, suggested that we may tap that higher area of liquidity, which we did. Still remember, there's the bigger orders waiting down below, but they even got a little more, they're not as thick as they used to be, right? There was there you go. You got something in there, but it was a little redder before. It's interesting. Bitcoin back. If it can hold 30K, it would be amazing. If we can hold 30,300, even better. Short squeeze is pretty strong right now to the upside here, and that's just trading the 7-minute. That was a falling wedge, low stochastics on the 7, and you trade the 7-minute back to the upside. That's it, right? Like, a lot of the stuff that I do is pretty simple. It just takes you time to do it over and over again, and eventually it'll pan out and begin to make sense to you. All right. Wow, there we go. It's kind of the end song too. It reminds me of the end of the stream, But Bitcoin getting a nice little pump to the upside. Again, I want to see it break back above. This flag is so far, starting to move, but the 7 minutes getting overbought. How much more room could it get is the question. 15 minutes getting started. And I tell you, the 15-minute measured move could take you this whole length of this pole, which is pretty nicely up to 30,500. That to me would really kind of get us out of this sticky situation that we're in right now. Slight cup and handle and resistance. Bitcoin has to get back above 30,182 to remain bullish. All right. And XRP, right, before I jump on out of here. I may have to miss one super chat because today I can't go over because I have an interview to do. Unfortunately, I can't do it. So look, if you remember, I talked about a breakout to the upside, and I went over this flag. I can see the flag. Did I draw it here? Let's see where I drew it on. Yeah, there it is. And XRP did break on out. So, hey, you've been in the trading group or even just watched my live stream yesterday or the day before. I've been bullish on this move. There's a nice 6% gain for XRP, and XRP remains bullish. More exchanges are getting it. More people are just learning. Some people have been on vacation. What? XRP is what? A lot of people late to the party. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, I'm going to buy more now. Oh, it's stabilizing? Oh, it's at 80 cents? I mean, 80 cents is a really nice price for XRP, if you ask me. My bags are, the bigger than they've been in a long time, right? 80 cents was like a bull price when we started that bull run, and we haven't even gotten there yet. This says we can continue to 119. That's my measured move here. So right now we're in a bit of a flag here for XRP, and this could continue. Before I was getting a little overbought. Wish we got more of a push to the upside. You're getting very extended on the moving averages. No bearish divergence yet, per se. Let's take a look at our daily. Daily getting a little overbought with some bearish div. Huh. Let me look at my 3-day. 3-day still possibly could give some more gains. But a pullback is eventually coming for XRP, in my humble opinion. These regions are great to take profits in, The news, the hype, great time to take some profits. You'll probably hear me saying this and be like, what? Why is he saying that? I thought he was bullish, I'm bullish when things are great. And I like to take profits when things are great. Maybe you get one more push up to the upside to this 119 area, but there's no guarantees. You're going to have resistance when you get back up to about 83 cents. Starting to make this little flag. I'm watching the 1 hour time frame. It's consolidating bullishly. So far, so good for XRP. But it's not all up. Don't get too clouded by the euphoria. All right. For XRPeasly. All right, everyone. Sam doesn't get Casper today. Oh, I'm gonna pull it off with 2 minutes left to spare. Casper on Max Global. Sammy Cup and Handy does it again. Now, I've been watching Casper on the 3-day chart. That's been my go-to. All right. If you've been watching this channel, then you know all about the 3-day chart. I've been watching this kind of cup and handle. I've been watching this retracement down to the 706 area. I like these areas for accumulation. You've been watching me now. This is a 3-day chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15 to 20 days straight now. Down here, I've been accumulating Casper at these levels. 35, 31, 36, maybe even a little 4-cent area. So you don't want to chase. Yeah. And the lowest you could have got is 2.5 cents too back. We've been buying Casper up for a while now. So we have our low, we have our high, we have our higher low. It's sticking. 786 fib retracement. 3-day chart suggests that a move is coming. So I'm just watching the bigger time frames and accumulating Casper and not doing anything too crazy about it. All right. All right, everyone. I got to jump out of here. I appreciate it. D-Dub, Super Chat is a little late. I'm out for the day. I got to do an interview at 12 p.m. And I got to get out of my chair just for a second. My hips start to hurt. I'm an old man. But Casper looks great to me for accumulation where we're at. All right. What did D-Dubs ask about? I'm trying to see what he asked about. I got to change my mouse settings. NAKA. NAKA's been hot. I mean, the time to accumulate NAKA has passed. It's kind of sad, but it has boomed up since then. Like NAKA was hot. Back down here at 6 cents. Then it went up to 56 cents. It did a 10x almost behind everybody's back. Right? And now it's attempting to retest. I don't know why that's so off there. Maybe I did it. But now NAKA is attempting to retest in a bit of a flag here. And it's retesting this resistance zone here with the bounce. Daily says it could fly. Right? It's been in a beautiful uptrend. Measured move for NAKA would take you somewhere to 68 cents. Since I put it out, it's already up about 14%, Oh, so this thing could moon. And it's been mooning. Great project that I believe will be big when the gaming stuff comes on out. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel and my pocket square didn't slide inside of my pocket, then you already came to the right place. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for jumping on in. Stay hydrated. Stay situated. Stay ready to go. Stay disciplined. I love you. We went over a lot of coins today. We talked about a lot of different things. I can't wait to see you on the live stream tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. Shout out to the Crypto Lifers. Thank you for everything. Have a blessed day. Gratitude is the attitude for success and abundance. I'll see you on the next live stream.